Final Fantasy franchise holds a lot of fond memories in gamers across the world. We all have a particular Final Fantasy game that we were all introduced to and fell in love with. If it was the original NES classic with its chip-bit music, or the highly acclaimed Final Fantasy VII with Cloud's eternal struggle versus Sephiroth. The story and the gameplay is generally the key part of each Final Fantasy game, but the music is instrumental to keeping it all together. Square Enix knows this quite well, and to honour its 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy, they created a rhythm music game for the 3DS. Have Square Enix attempts to rekindle memories of past success musically sound, or is this a heartstring that should have remained unplucked? Theatrhythm uses a simple RPG mechanic of you creating a party from the past Final Fantasy heroes, ranging from the original Hero of Light from Final Fantasy I, the Dark Knight Cecil of Final Fantasy IV, or the brooding emo Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. They are all here. You will then escort this party of 4 Final Fantasy heroes through the musical world of Theatrhythm, either through series modes, which lets you play each of the game's worlds, challenge mode, letting you replay any songs on the harder difficulty, or the Chaos Shrine, which challenges you to defeat bosses to unlock more in-game items. The series has you tackle 5 songs from each of the 13 series of Final Fantasy in any order you like. Each of the songs are separated into 3 different categories: field, battle and events, each based on a different theme of gameplay for each of the songs. You will be ranked on how well you played each of these songs, and then you can see about unlocking expert and ultimate versions of each song by playing them in challenge mode. While you are doing this, you are gaining Theatrhythm points for every song you beat, depending if you perfected a song or used the character for one of the songs from their game. You will then unlock items, new songs, and eventually unlock your first Dark Note. The Dark Note will unlock the Chaos Shrine, where the game randomly chooses 2 songs for you to tackle at an increased difficulty, and hopefully to gain more items by defeating bosses and eventually new characters to add to your party. You can extend the 70 plus library by buying DLC songs off the Nintendo shop. Currently there are over 50 songs on the game store. The only problem is these songs only appear in the challenge mode and are not mixed in with the Chaos Shrine. Theatrhythm borrows heavily from similar DS rhythm game Elite Beat Agent. The game works by showing you actions to perform on the touchscreen. Red dots is a simple tap, yellow arrows tell you to swipe screen in a certain direction, and green dots are hold command until the next green dot. Each of these commands have been timed to the beat of the certain instruments of each of the Final Fantasy songs, and this is amplified with in-game sounds that make you feel like you're contributing to the song. These sounds can be turned off though if it's interrupting the enjoyment of the songs. At the start of each song, your party has a life bar that will deplete if you miss notes. Miss enough notes and you'll fail the song. You'll be ranked on how well you did in each of the songs from rank F to S, or even SS or triple S if you remove all your character's abilities and equipment. Talking of abilities, the party you choose at the beginning of the game will be earning XP and learning new abilities. These will help the player depending on the situation in the game. If you have Terra from Final Fantasy VI, she will cast fire on the enemies if you successfully hit 25 red touches, or if you've taken so many hits, then Lightning from Final Fantasy XIII can cast Cure to restore some of your party's HP. As Zidane from Final Fantasy IX, you can attempt to steal from monsters whenever they appear for additional treasures. There are many abilities on the different characters which give you an edge in battle and will get you through some of the Dark Notes to defeat some bosses and the ultimate versions of all the tracks in the game. All these abilities come into effect in the different game modes: event, field and battle. Each of these are themed on a certain aspect of the Final Fantasy universe and play the music that is associated with it. In the event, you are shown a video montage of the gameplay from each of the Final Fantasy games, and the music is generally the love theme of that game. You will follow an on-screen cursor going over commands which you will tap along to. In field, you will escort a party through each of the different worlds of Final Fantasy with the field music of the game. Here, you will have commands scrolling from left to right, and when it's over your party, perform the command. The green hold command also changes slightly, with you holding and following the green line up and down like a conductor on the touchscreen. Some of the game abilities also let your character dash and improve your chance of meeting people as well. In the battle, your party takes a fighting stance while attacking classic Final Fantasy monsters from the games, and the music is generally battle or boss music from that game. The classic attacks and magic abilities come into play here, with your main target to defeat the boss of that song. If you're successful, you'll unlock items and game bonuses. These are the 3 variant of gameplay modes for the songs in Theatrhythm. At the start, it's slow, simple notes that will get you used to the gameplay, but will steadily pick up the pace and throw more notes at you. There's a great sense of challenge in the game in some of the ultimate tracks and the harder Dark Notes. This could be either with the introduction of spinning arrow swipe commands, or the combination of notes that seem inhuman to perform. This, however, shows the flaw of the DS screen with the swipe command. If you don't start your swipe command in the right place, it might not register it correctly. This is more frustrating when the game throws lots of swipe commands but not giving you enough time to perform them, since your start position for each swipe has been sent to a different direction. This could make a perfect run go haywire quickly. With there being over 13 Final Fantasy games, it's quite tricky mixing all the different art styles together. Square Enix found a way of doing this by creating puppet-type characters they can add key features to, from Cloud's spiky yellow hair and Buster Sword to Sephiroth's long flowing silver hair, black coat and stupidly oversized Masumio. Even the monsters have been given a cute pop-up book type feel, so even the latest graphical realistic monsters of Final Fantasy XIII mixes well with the Final Fantasy I 8-bit monsters. But the main thing the game does well is the music. Instead of doing remasters and remixes, they have used the original music from the classic 8-bit beeps and tones of the NES to the orchestrated melodies of 13. It's a delight to hear all these songs, and it's a unique little package. Square Enix has painstakingly chose the songs that were most iconic to each of the Final Fantasy games. With so much to choose from, they did a great job. If you're unhappy that someone didn't make the cut, then there is optional DLC. Even the sound the game makes while you're playing along can be left on to amplify the effect you're making on the songs, or if you want it to be 100% just the music, you can turn them off. This is a game best played with headphones, so you have no distractions. Theatrhythm has managed to rekindle the profound memories that make the Final Fantasy series so memorable with its wide range of music available. This game's addictive nature has kept me hooked since its release and saved me from my many boring train trips back and forth between work. The game is actually quite cheap for a 3DS game at £20 retail, and with the option of expanding the gameplay with paid DLC. The only thing I would have liked to have seen from this title is the battle mode to be more interesting, say such as when a boss character appears who would either cast blind on your party, causing your vision of the battlefield in half, or confuse you to increase the amount of spinning swipe commands, just to make them more interesting and less predictable. Overall, this is a must-have for Final Fantasy fans, old and new. However, I would only recommend it for them since you'll be getting a simple rhythm game otherwise for the 3DS.